it. I mean, it's...
We talk about protecting working people. We talk about raising the minimum wage to a living wage. We talk about pay equity for women. We talk about protecting a woman's right to choose. When we talk about politics, we talk about not giving billionaires huge tax breaks to raise the national debt for our kids and our grandchildren. We talk about progressive taxation, which demands that the wealthiest people and largest corporations start paying their fair share of taxes. When we talk about politics, we talk about ending the absurdity of the United States of America being the only major country not to have paid family and medical leave. When we talk about politics, we talk about rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure, our roads and our bridges and our water systems and our wastewater plants, and creating up to 15 million jobs through $1 trillion investment. That is politics. When we talk about politics, we talk about a great moral issue that is facing us this moment. And that is, there are 1.8 million young people in this country today who are either on the DACA program or eligible to be in DACA. Several weeks ago, we worked as hard as we could to pass amendments that would provide legal status for those 1.8 million people and a path toward citizenship. We failed. We failed because Senator Johnson refused to vote for what the American people wanted, and we could only get, I believe, 8 Republican votes. Over 80% of the American people believed that it would be an outrage to take away the legal status that the young DACA people have and not provide them with a path towards citizenship. 80% of the American people stand with these dreamers, and we still, under the Republican Congress, cannot get them the protection they need, but we are going to accomplish that goal in any way we can. About politics, we talk about the fact that the future in terms of communications is obviously with the internet. We will not allow Trump and his billionaire friends to end net neutrality. To talk about politics, we understand that it is an international embarrassment that we have a president and congressional leadership who reject science and who think that climate change is a hoax. And I say to the president and Speaker Ryan and Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Senate, climate change is not a hoax. It is one of the great threats facing our entire planet. Some months ago, I was in Puerto Rico to see the damage done by the hurricanes there, and all of the scientists, virtually all of them, understand that climate change was a contributing factor to the intensity of those devastating storms. And what the scientists tell us very clearly is that if we do not get our act together in the very immediate future, if we do not take on the fossil fuel industry, if we do not transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and to sustainable energy, the future of this planet as a habitable and livable place is very much in doubt. Our job right now is to make it as clear as we can that climate change is the cause of the flooding, much of the flooding that we're seeing, the drought that we're seeing, the extreme weather disturbances, the acidification of the ocean, the rising sea levels, the migration of people because they can't find land to grow their crops or drink clean water. This is a global crisis. The United States should be leading the effort to transform our energy system, not denying the reality of climate change. Let me touch upon an issue that I know is on everybody's minds. We all witnessed a week ago, 10 days ago, the horrible scene in the high school in Parkland, Florida. And it is literally, I can't watch those things on television. It is just too painful and horrible to watch, to imagine some person walking into a school shooting children. It is unspeakable and hard to imagine anything that is worse. And then a couple of months ago, we saw the disaster outside of the hotel in Las Vegas, where within a few moments' time, 58 of our fellow Americans were shot down, mowed down, killed, and 500 were wounded in a few minutes' time. In America today, there are hundreds of millions of guns, and there are some 5 million assault weapons in our country today. And furthermore, in our country today, as we speak, there are people walking the streets of every state in the nation who are dealing with severe mental issues, who are suicidal, and in some cases, homicidal. So the issue of how we deal with gun violence is not easy, and it is not going to be solved overnight. But what we have got to do in order to protect the children, in order to protect all of us, is to understand that while the solution may not be easy, we have got to do everything humanly possible to stop the gun slaughters that we are seeing. Like Wisconsin, my state of Vermont,